Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
We are live on Detroit's east side tonight. Shocking video of a bus stop beating.
It's sad that it happened to me.
And the man who was attacked is speaking with Local 4 right now.
An apartment complex goes up in smoke. What neighbors did before firefighters even got there that saved lives.
A true game changer for the city of Detroit.
How about if your college tuition is free?
You heard him right. Wayne State announces all Detroit high school graduates can go to Wayne State tuition free.
And that surprise announcement came today. The estimate is 49,000 Detroit school students can qualify.
Extraordinary. It's important to note here, no real strings attached. Rod Maloney was there for the announcement. Rod, I guess a little similar to the program that we've all heard so much about in Kalamazoo.
Yeah, the Kalamazoo Promise, and it is similar to that program. And the mayor and the governor were there today for the announcement that it would put more students here, more Detroit City students. And it's one of those things where they've changed the thought process to get here.
How about if your college tuition is free?
It is the kind of gift that takes your breath away.
Tyler Parker, come on up!
And 17-year-old Tyler Parker didn't know what to do when she received one of the first scholarships.
I was surprised. I was actually shocked because I didn't know.
And it's likely still not fully sunk in. A Wayne State freshman's 2019 tuition is $12,500. The four-year value is $50,000, but that doesn't take into account tuition inflation, which means it's worth a lot more. Wayne State President M. Roy Wilson says the school made a major shift in scholarship thinking.
It was skewed a lot toward merit, giving people with kids with really good grades a fair amount of scholarship. We still do that, but it's more geared now toward need, and that's how we're able to fund this.
Here's how it works. It's a last dollar in scholarship, and that you fill out the FAFSA, the student aid application. If and when you receive state, federal, or scholarship dollars, the program fills in whatever gaps exist in your tuition bill. You must live in the city of Detroit, having a verified mailing address, graduate from any high school in 2020 or after, be it public, private, charter, parochial, homeschool, or even a GED. And also, you must gain admission as a first-time student.
It would take a lot of pressure off of my family because I'm the only child and my mother has passed away.
So Tyler gets her education here in a fashion she had no way of knowing would happen to her today. She filled out her application last night. Let's remember, though, that there are a couple of things this doesn't cover, and they're important, too, and it makes it that much more difficult to be able to come here. It doesn't cover transportation, doesn't cover housing, doesn't cover books, doesn't cover food. So there is still a bar that needs to be dealt with. The university says they do have some help in those areas, but it's still a significant amount of money. Back to you.
Boy, it sure is. It's going to be interesting to watch what kind of impact this has on the graduation rates in the city of Detroit, if any, Rod. But this doesn't happen immediately. How do they roll this out now?
Well, it's 2020 is the year that it starts, so it's next fall. So those are high school seniors you saw getting. There were about half a dozen of them that got their things today. So it's next fall and thereafter. So the hope is that they can get a lot more students here in that time.
Really stunning announcement. All right, Rod. All right, also new tonight, the man seen on video getting sucker punched at a Detroit bus stop is now sharing his story.
Take a look at the video. You can see the man right in the middle of the screen just walk up and punch the man sitting on the bench. Others then step in, punching and kicking him. We want to get out to Sean Lay. He's live at that bus stop on East Warren where that attack happened. And Sean, first off, is he going to be okay?
We spoke for a long time with that victim. He's 23 years old. No, he is not okay, hurting physically and mentally. Follow me this way, sitting right here on this bus stop, watching his bus approach right here on East Warren. He says the next thing he knew, he woke up in an ambulance.
I'm still like, it's hard to basically like grasp everything that happened all at once because every time I see the video, it just traumatizes me a little bit.
He is the victim of this shocking sneak attack sucker punch, and we're not identifying him tonight. He's still understandably afraid, shaken up, and he's even left town, trying to process how he was attacked and why he was attacked, simply waiting for a bus.
I had to get out of Detroit for a little while to get myself together because of all of that happening. Like, I didn't have to do 2 MRIs, a CT scan, and this is like, it's a lot.
It happened 3:30 October 10th. He was catching the bus at East Warren in Cadieux. He helps teach music at nearby East English Village Preparatory Academy, and school had just ended for the day. You can see out of nowhere the person behind him hits him so hard he is knocked to the ground and knocked cold. 2 others proceed to kick him while he's down.
I never knew, nothing like this could happen. I mean, it could have happened to anybody, but it's sad that it happened to me.
What do you
just
mean?
Watching it, when the detective showed me the video, everything, like, it just upset me all over again. It's just like, why? That's my only question, is just why?
Back here live, just think about that. That video is just hard to watch, and also being right here relaxed, completely defenseless, not knowing what came up behind you and hit you that hard. So he is telling me he left town, doesn't feel comfortable coming back, does not know, Kimberly, when he's going to be comfortable enough to come back, and he's also missing work, not at work at all either. Back to you.
You can't much blame him, but Sean, the video though is pretty clear. Do police have any leads?
That's why they put the video out. They're trying to identify all 3 in that video. They're hoping someone can identify them. Again, East Warren and Cadieux, October 10th, and give them a call. They want to track them down.
Yeah. If you know anything, say something. All right. Thanks, Sean. Yeah.
Well, some dramatic moments on Detroit's east side this morning as people had to be rescued from a burning apartment building, and that was before firefighters were able to get there.
Yeah. Jason Colthorpe has been speaking to tenants, thankful everyone made it out in time.
The fire that began here at this apartment complex this morning here on the east side started in 3 different places. You see the damage up on the top floor there. On the 2nd floor in the back of the building, another fire, and a 3rd fire beyond that yellow tape in that hallway there. And if that sounds suspicious to you, that's because the fire department says it is. With fire in 3 different spots, residents had to act fast.
I had to pick her up with a couple of the officers to get her up out of there because she can't move.
Tim Robertson describing how he was helping carry out one of his neighbors while also rescuing his own family. All that happening as Robertson was making sure his own family, including his baby, got out safe.
There was a fire underneath and on the side of us, so we, had to get out of there. It got dark real fast.
With the smoke?
With the smoke, yeah, couldn't breathe.
When you came back up and saw what was going on, what did you...
Scared the mess out of me. I wanted to know if my cousin, she was all right.
But everybody's okay?
Everybody, kids, dogs, cats, whatever, they all right. Even the goldfish.
This is a problem that's going on across the city, unfortunately.
Claudia Sanford of the Housing Coalition is referring to what led to this fire. Squatters in the vacant units who were being ordered to leave.
So having a fire when you don't have a building secured is not surprising, where people are just coming in and moving into the property because the units are open and empty.
The investigation now begins for the DFD arson investigators who stayed behind to figure out what happened here. As for the tenants, they're getting some help from members of the Red Cross, getting some resources to either try and relocate or see what's salvageable from their apartments here with this fire. On the east side today, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Okay, Jason, one injury was reported, and that was a bump on the head to a firefighter. He was treated at the scene.
Officials in Hazel Park advising residents about lead in the city's water.
The advisory comes after recent testing found higher levels of lead in 4 of 31 sites with known lead service lines. The city says residents should consider installing tested and certified lead filters for their water, especially if children or pregnant women live in the home. They're also holding an informational meeting about it this Friday at Hazel Park City Hall from 1 until 4.
President Trump touting a ceasefire in Syria as the White House now tries to downplay the damaging testimony in the impeachment inquiry that came yesterday after a top diplomat outlined what he calls a clear quid pro quo with Ukraine. House Republicans delayed today's deposition, though, with a sit-in protest. Alice Barr following it all from Washington. Alice?
Good evening. Lawmakers were expecting to hear how and why military aid to Ukraine was held up until the hearing itself was held up by a group of protesting Republicans.
House Republicans storming into a closed-door deposition today, setting off chaos that derailed testimony from a top Pentagon official in the impeachment inquiry against President Trump.
By golly, if they're going to do it in public.
Don't hide it from the American people.
The protesting Republicans who don't sit on the committees conducting the investigation coming to the president's defense a day after Bill Taylor, the top U.S. diplomat in Ukraine, revealed damaging evidence of a political quid pro quo.
They're freaked out. They're trying to stop this investigation.
Ambassador Taylor told House investigators he was told that in order to receive military aid, Ukraine's president had to, quote, go to a microphone and say he is opening investigations of Biden and 2016 election interference. The White House called Taylor's testimony more triple hearsay and selective leaks from politically motivated hearings. President Trump, meanwhile, creating a competing headline by announcing that the U.S. will lift all sanctions against Turkey after the country agreed to make a ceasefire in northern Syria permanent. The president claims that vindicates his decision to pull U.S. troops out of the region. Lawmakers in both parties were sharply critical of the move that abandoned the Kurds, a key U.S. ally in the fight against ISIS.
Let someone else fight over this long, blood-stained sand.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has since stepped forward to fill the void as power broker, helping strike a deal to drive Kurds out of the region they called their home.
Senator Lindsey Graham, one of President Trump's biggest supporters and harshest critics on Syria, said today we can't rely on Russia to protect America against ISIS. In Washington, Alice Barr, Local 4.
All right, Alice, looking ahead now, later in the week, Ambassador Philip Reeker is going to appear before the House Intelligence Committee. That will be another closed-door hearing related to the impeachment inquiry. The hearing was scheduled for last weekend, but it was postponed so that Congress could honor the late Congressman Elijah Cummings.
We are off and running here at 5. Here's Sandra.
A 6-month-old baby shot to death while in her stroller in front of her own home. Who did it remains a mystery.
I knew my baby was gone, but I still begged them at the hospital to save her.
Now her heartbroken mother is begging for help. Who killed little Miracle Murray? Are police any closer to finding the answer?
Still a gusty evening, but we've got showers on the way. We'll tell you what time those arrive, and if you've already bought your costume for Halloween, you may want to make some changes. That's all next.
All right, Ben, but coming up first, he was beloved in the neighborhood.
He did everything for everybody.
New clues tonight after an 89-year-old man is killed in an early morning house fire.